Hello there everybody, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you another Super Smash Bros. Ultimate leak discussion video. Today we have got two different leaks on two completely different topics that we need to go over, and we're going to start with the bigger of the two leaks first, because this is one I think everyone wants me to cover. It is the supposed image that has already been leaked that is actually true. So what I mean by this is that a user on Resetera has stated that there is one image leak out there that is not the Ken leak that is actually true. And all of the images that we've seen across the last few months, many people have debunked or have written off, and everyone's been kind of trying to figure out exactly which image is the real image, if this is even the case and this guy isn't just bullshitting us. And we've got a few theories. Now, if you want to see the Resetera thread, there is a link down below in the source. You can scour it at your leisure. There's a lot to dissect there. But there is one specific picture that has been focused on by the community, both on Twitter, Smashboards, even my Discord server, people have been throwing this around in the leak chat, and I figured it is my time to look at it, and it relates to our boy, GENO. So this is a picture that I have seen going around on my Discord, on my Twitter, all across the internet, and it basically talks about how this could be an actual leak. This is the 9/2/2018 GENO leak. I assume that means August the 2nd, because, you know, America does it differently to Europe with the dates and all that jazz. So let's kind of just get into this little picture and see what it has to say. The model is brand new. This model hasn't been seen anywhere else before the image first surfaced. And interestingly, the model itself more resembles GENO's original appearance compared to the GENO Mii costume, such as rounded ears, visible bump on the top of the hat, darkened facial details, top of the cape is noticeably larger compared to the smaller cape of the Mii costume, symbol on the hat is more rounded while the Mii costume is more triangular, ribbons are wider and more prominent. And I have to agree, looking at this render, it is probably the best GENO render we have seen, like, on the internet, full stop. I've seen some bad GENO leaks, I'm sure loads of you guys have as well. This one is the one that kind of just looks the most realistic, and I kind of agree that if there is going to be a picture that's real, it's going to be this one. Now, personally, I wish I could see it unblurred, because it's so blurred, you can't really see the texture of the wood effects on GENO's body that makes up the wood. You can just see the lighting, and I wish that I could kind of see more of the detail of this model, because it is so blurry, it is impossible to see those minute details that we have seen with Smash Ultimate's renders so far. But I think this is a very high quality GENO model, and I wouldn't be surprised if GENO is in the game that we get either this render or something very similar to it. I really like the style, the shading is completely on point, I'm gonna give props there, if this is fake, whoever created it, damn well good with the shading. If it is real, good job Nintendo. And the ears actually look normal, unlike that leak that we saw the other day where GENO's ears look like monkey ears, like Ai from Super Monkey Ball. This actually looks kind of legitimate. Now, I am not the biggest GENO fan. I have never played Super Mario RPG because it was never released in Europe until very recently. I haven't had time to play it, so naturally, I'm not the best person to be judging GENO, but I want to give my thoughts anyway, and those are my thoughts on that render specifically. Now, obviously, people were a bit confused by this render when they first saw it, because what in the hecky is that stage? Well, the stage has been discovered to be Delfino Plaza. By using Super Smash Bros. For Wii U as a reference, the stage that GENO appears in is Delfino Plaza. There is a section of the traveling section that spans across a wide blue sky void of any clouds. This area perfectly matches with the leak, while still having the updated lighting and colors of Ultimate's Delfino Plaza. There is no footage of Delfino Plaza at the time of this image's creation. This was on the 10th of the 18th of the 18th, so the 18th of October, just a few days ago. So it kind of proves this is a legitimate stage, and it does look like the main render, is in an updated state, because the sky is not as dark blue, it feels a bit more sky-like, the ocean looks, you know, like it does in the Delfino Plaza screenshots, where the color is a lot more lighter all around, and it's a lot more focused on just one specific color. If you look at one of Game Explain's recent videos, dissecting the differences between stages between Wii U and the Switch, I will leave a link down below, there is a section in part 1 of that series where they take a look at Delfino Plaza, and they do this entire segment on the water graphics, which is definitely worth checking out. And this does check out. This does check out, and it does look pretty okay. The model is surprisingly high quality. The actual model of GENO used in this leak has a very polished look to it. One way to explain the quality of a gameplay model like this involves the model being graphically updated due to the game being paused. This is a phenomenon that occurs in Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS, shown in the images to the right. So yeah, if you look at the images to the right, you can see when the game is paused, the models do kind of get a bit more different. You take a look at Little Mac's muscles, and you just see a slight difference in the shading, in the strength. He just looks a bit beefier, you know? And that could be the same case with GENO. That being said, we haven't really seen this phenomenon in Ultimate gameplay yet, so we can't really confirm this. And honestly, I'm looking at this render, and I'm not sure if this is maybe from a cinematic or what, because I don't know why a cinematic would have him in Delfino Plaza of all things, but it looks so high quality, it is insane. Like, compared to everything else we've seen that is a GENO leak, it just looks the best. Now, does that mean that this is potentially an actual leak of GENO in the game? Possibly, possibly not. It might actually be too high quality for Ultimate. That's a bit of a bold statement to say, but that is always a possibility. I think maybe without the blur, the actual model itself would look just a little bit rougher. It looks so perfect that I can't help but be a bit skeptical, but you know, that's what you've got to be with all leaks. They are true until proven false, or until being debunked, but at the same time, oh, it looks so interesting, and I don't know, and oh. I would love this to be true, because I am a massive fan of getting characters that have been either underrepresented or are from, you know, the older generation of requests, like, you know, Isaac, GENO, Andy from Advance Wars, stuff like that. So GENO would really fit in. He would make so many Smash fans happy. I would love to see him in, just to see the reactions of all these people who have wanted him over the years. It would just be beautiful to watch, because let's be real, watching people's reactions to characters being revealed is like a guilty pleasure. It really is. And I think that this leak is possibly legitimate. Obviously, if there is any news that comes around to either debunk or confirm said leak, I will do an update on it, but all of this information checks out. Everyone has been doing the work, and so far, aside from just healthy skepticism, it's looking pretty much real. So unless someone comes along and proves it wrong, I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. Now, I did say that there was a second leak I was going to be covering today. This one was sent to me on Twitter, and it is an interesting little leak because it's not actually about Smash Ultimate, but it kind of is. So, I got sent a 4chan leak, and it's called Mother 3 is Coming, sort of. I am a Nintendo translator. Oh boy, here we go. This is not an Ultimate leak, but it involves Smash Bros. Ultimate. I know about Ultimate, but don't give a damn. In Smash Ultimate, Nintendo will, as usual, provide their Masterpieces section. It will have the games you expect them to have, like Mario and Sonic and Castlevania 1, but it will also have Mother 3. You will only be able to play 15 minutes of it, but it will be translated into English. I do not know if they will ever release the translated version as a standalone game. I do know that the entire game is being translated and the entire ROM is in Ultimate's files. I know because I just complete translating the end of the game. I did peek at Tomato's translation for help. There is no way for you to ever get to that part of the game in 15 minutes, obviously. When Ultimate releases, it should not take long for the English ROM to dump online. As far as I can tell, on the technical side of things, there shouldn't be anything keeping it from playing in a normal emulator. I am sorry that I have no way to prove this to you. Please, Mother fans, hold on to hope. Mother 3 is coming. So, this actually brings into question, are they going to bring back the Masterpieces for Smash Ultimate? This is something not a lot of people have discussed, because, you know, most people are thinking, yeah, of course they did. They had it in Wii U, they had it in Brawl, if I recall, so why would they not bring it back now? Well, I'm just thinking, the Masterpieces is to kind of introduce you to older games that the characters have starred in, and if you think about, like, Mario and Zelda and Samus and even Pokemon, just think about any character that has debuted on the NES. We know that some of those games are already available to Nintendo Online membership holders with the NES Entertainment System app on the Switch. So how would they get away with adding Super Mario Bros. On Masterpieces, but then they have the full game at their disposal on the NES Entertainment System? Naturally, there are going to be some people playing Smash who don't have online membership, but let's be real, if you want to play any multiplayer online, you will need to buy the Switch Online, so I don't know whether it would be redundant or not to have the Masterpieces section on there, when at least regarding the NES titles, because we know that stuff like Metroid is on the way, it kind of feels like they're redundant being in the game. I'm hoping that Masterpieces gets a bit of an overhaul. Maybe we get a bit more time with the games, or maybe we can actually unlock versions of some of the lesser important games, so to speak. It probably won't ever happen. It's not going to be like that Animal Crossing, the first Animal Crossing game where you could literally just play all these old games. Nah, it's not going to be like that, but a guy can hope. Now, Mother 3, that's a big one. Why would you translate the entire of Mother 3 just to put it in Smash Ultimate, as opposed to release it as its own standalone title, as the third game in the franchise that everyone has wanted translated for how many years? Nintendo knows the demand. They have to know the demand for Mother 3. Why would they just translate it all, put it into Smash Ultimate, and then do nothing with it? So, if this is true, then I don't even think we would have to worry about Mother 3 being in Smash Ultimate, because chances are they'll be releasing Mother 3 in its entirety on the eShop as well, or something along those lines. They'll do some way to redistribute it, similarly to how they did that with Earthbound Beginnings Mother 1. So, I don't think this is something we need to really worry about right now, but I do find it odd that they would make you translate an entire game if only 15 minutes is going to be playable, especially when it comes to an RPG like Mother 3, where a lot of that's probably going to be talking in cutscenes, unless they drop you in the thick of like a battle segment, or they restrain you to a single level. I just don't see why they would go through all of that effort if they're not just going to make it a standalone release as well, which is why I think this leak is a little bit kind of iffy. It's just there to kind of rile up the Mother 3 fans. And I really do believe one day we will get Mother 3. I really do. We will get a translated version that is legitimate and localized and from Nintendo. I just don't think it's coming through Smash. But yeah, that is that for this video. What do you guys think of Mother 3? What do you guys think of that GENO leak? And most importantly, did you enjoy this video? If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't already, check out my Discord down below. We discuss Smash and other things gaming. We have many different channels, an entire section dedicated to Smash, actually. And it's a pretty cool place. We're almost at 700 members, just 30 away. Pretty exciting. If you haven't, and you want to help out the channel even more, if you want to really make sure I can continue making this content, I do have a Patreon as well. I thank all my Patreon supporters in the description at the end of videos, and I want to give a quick shout out to my newest patron. This guy has just come on as a patron, and this person is the lovely, that's the worst drum roll in the world, Josh Vetrano. Thank you, Josh, for supporting the Patreon. We've had 3 new patrons this month, 4 if we include someone that was joined on October 1st. It's insane. I just want to say thank you so much to everyone who is supporting the channel so far. It is kind of insane, and it's just amazing. So anyway, I am gonna head off. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.